few months ago, I was talking with one of the guys at Vancer before the Thrash and the Groove released, and one of the things that he mentioned was that they were working on several releases before the end of the year. Fast forward a few months to getting the Thrash and the Groove, and even though those mice didn't offer the high quality feeling that many of us were expecting, I felt like a lot of people didn't expect anything more or anything better from Vancer and cut them off too earlier in the year. And sure enough, the collab between FineMax, Arbiter, and Vancer brought the Akitsu, and this is really everything that we've been waiting for. I mean, this mouse comes in at 38 grams, and right off the bat, the biggest difference I feel is just the overall build quality, feeling more premium to any of the earlier releases this year. The Akitsu has solid build quality, there's no creaking, flexing, any issues with the shell. I know a few people have mentioned clicks move when moving, like when pushing into mouse 1 or mouse 2, but if we're being entirely honest, you're never gonna feel that in game. Is it something that they could probably fix within the internals? Maybe, but is it a huge, massive issue? No. When we get to the clicks, they're using a custom dragging claw micro switch. Honestly, the switches feel very tight, they feel crisp, they feel responsive. Little to no pre or post travel at all. Side buttons are a little small, and I wish they were moved forward just a tiny bit. So if I hold and grab onto the mouse, my thumb is all the way past the side buttons. So anytime that I'm playing, I have to go back, and it just doesn't feel super comfortable whenever I use the side buttons. But the mouse itself feels, I mean, the shape itself is great. It feels comfortable. But I wish the side buttons were moved up a little bit. When we talk about the scroll wheel, it feels very notchy, and it is significantly lighter than the Groove and the Thrash. I remember using the Groove right off the bat. I felt like it's probably the heaviest scroll wheel, like pushing into the scroll wheel I have ever had with any mouse in my lifetime. This definitely feels significantly lighter. It feels comfortable. It feels light. It feels notchy, so it feels very comfortable using the scroll wheel. Stock skates, they come with several different options. They do have solid skates that you can use. I'm still using the dot skates that it came with. I mean, whenever I use stock skates, really the main thing I'm looking for, as I'm sure most people would, they're looking for something that's smooth, consistent, and comfortable. And I have that with these skates. I don't feel like it's too slow, and I don't feel like I need to change them. Moving into the sensor implementation is using a 3395. I haven't had any issues with the sensor implementation or with stuttering or anything like that during gameplay. The last thing that I would mention is the battery. I've been able to use this for multiple days at a time without having to charge it. And typically, I mean, if I'm switching so often that I tend to charge mice pretty frequently, like I'll use one mouse and then charge the next one. So I don't only have one thing plugged in at a time, so I'm able to charge it pretty frequently. But you're not going to have any issues with the battery life on this mouse. The Vancer Akitsu, the Arbiter Akitsu, the FineMax Akitsu, all three in one. I think I speak for everybody when it comes to a lot of the Final Mouse drops, Final Mouse releases that have happened over the last few months. Literally everyone has been disappointed, whether it's with the build quality of the mouse or the coating of the mouse, saying, hey, you know, I've used it for 3 days and it's already yellowing. What's wrong? You don't have any of that with this. It's a Final Mouse style shape. Personally, I would hope, and I mean, I kind of hope that they have a slightly larger version of this. I think it would be fire. I don't know if they're going to, but I think it would be great if they did have something that was a little bit bigger. Really, outside of that, whenever we're talking about this mouse, it has incredible build quality. The clicks feel great. The stock skates are perfect. I mean, this is a very, very good mouse right out of the box. There's no need to change anything. And compared to literally everything that Final Mouse has dropped this year, this is a better option, 100% hands down. It's not even a question. So with that being said, if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the comment section down below, and I will catch you all next time. Start a riot.